thing you said in your book is that 27% of millennials are teetotal. Do you think this could be part of the reason why young people are reported to be having less sex than previous generations?
That's a really interesting question. It is true that there's a bunch of millennials who are not drinking. And I think that's for a variety of reasons. I think it's partly because they've got a bit more sense when it comes to, how they're going to spend their time and money, because, it's expensive, and they recognize that you're just totally wasting money and wasting your time. I also think there's much more of a consciousness around mental health and well-being. And that link cannot be denied. The link between, alcohol and poor mental health and anxiety and depression cannot be denied, and it's time it was spoken about a lot more, actually. So I think it's great that younger people are a lot of them are aware of that. There's also a real big rise in the sober curious movement, or the mindful drinkers, the people that really are trying to make moderation work, so that they've got their very set rules about when they drink, and they drink mindfully rather than just getting, absolutely bladdered and doing the things they say they don't want to. Is that the reason they're not having as much sex? I don't know. It might come into it. I wouldn't say it's the only reason. I think it's a bigger conversation, because what we were just talking about, that whole conversation of self-respect and self-care. I think if you are someone who has a really strong sense of sort of authenticity and taking care of yourself, and it's only in relatively recent years we've been able to say that without sounding way too woo-woo. Even 15 years ago, if we'd have been talking about self-care and really, being able to love yourself, everyone would say, oh, for goodness sake, don't be so woo-woo. But now we can talk about that stuff. And I think actually, one of the reasons people might be having less sex is because of exactly what we've just been saying. They do believe that they are, that their sense of connection is precious. So why would they just fritter it away on a meaningless encounter?